My husband's car smelled like betrayal, the kind that lingers like cheap perfume on a liar's collar. I found the lipstick under the passenger seat, a garish red tube that screamed someone else's presence in our life. It wasn't mine. I hadn't worn makeup since the kids came, too busy wiping peanut butter off countertops to care about my lips. I'm Clara, 38, married to Tom for 12 years, mother of two boys who think their dad hung the moon. We weren't perfect whose marriage is, but we had a rhythm, a life built on late-night talks and shared exhaustion. Tom was a high school history teacher, the kind who made kids love learning about dead presidents. I ran a small bakery, the kind where locals lingered over coffee and my blueberry scones. Our life wasn't glamorous, but it was until that lipstick. It was a Tuesday, the kind of gray day that makes you want to crawl back into bed. I was grabbing Tom's spare jacket from his car for our son's soccer practice when my fingers brushed against it. The tube was sleek, expensive, the kind of thing I'd never buy. I held it up to the light, my heart thudding like a war drum. The shade was called Femme Fatale. Of course it was. I didn't confront Tom right away. I sat on the couch that night, the lipstick hidden in my pocket, burning a hole through my thoughts. He was grading papers, humming off key, oblivious. I watched him, searching for signs of a stranger in the man I loved. Was he distant? Had he been late too often? The questions gnawed at me, but I wasn't ready to ask. Not yet. The next day, I did something I'm not proud of. I checked his phone while he showered. There it was, text from Sarah, a name I didn't know. "Miss you already," one said, with a winking emoji. Another, "When can we meet again?" My stomach churned, but I kept scrolling. Each message a knife twisting deeper. Sarah was a coworker, a new teacher at his school. I'd met her once at a faculty picnic, blonde, polished, the kind of woman who made you feel frumpy just by existing. I could have screamed, thrown the phone, demanded answers, but I didn't. Instead, I baked. I kneaded dough until my knuckles ached, poured my rage into cinnamon rolls, my grief into lemon tarts. By the time Tom got home, the kitchen smelled like a patisserie, and I was calm, too calm. "Good day," I asked, my voice steady. He nodded, oblivious, and kissed my forehead. I wanted to believe it was nothing, but that lipstick mocked me from my pocket. Days turned into weeks. I didn't tell Tom I knew. I watched him, studied him like a detective. He was the same, helping with homework, mowing the lawn, laughing at my bad puns. But now, every late night at school felt like a lie. Every staff meeting was a question mark. I started noticing things: a new cologne, a nervous glance when his phone buzzed. The lipstick stayed in my pocket, a silent accusation I wasn't ready to voice. Then Sarah made her move. She called me, her voice syrupy with fake concern. "Clara, I hate to do this, but I think you should know. Tom and I have been close. He's unhappy. Maybe it's time to let him go." She said it like she was doing me a favor, like I was the one holding Tom hostage. I hung up, my hands shaking. That night, I found another clue: a receipt in his glove compartment for a hotel I'd never heard of. The pieces were falling into place, and they painted a picture I hated. I could have left, packed my bags, taken the boys, and walked away. But I didn't. This was my marriage, my family, my life. I wasn't going to let some femme fatale with a vendetta tear it apart. I decided to fight not with screams or ultimatums, but with the stubborn love that had carried us through 12 years of bills, tantrums, and sleepless nights. I started small. I invited Tom to a date night, something we hadn't done in years. We went to our old favorite diner, the one where we'd shared milkshakes when we were dating. He was surprised but happy, his smile softening the edges of my anger. We talked not about Sarah, not about the lipstick, but about us, our dreams, our fears, the way we used to be. For a moment, I saw the man I married, not the one who'd let someone else into our world. But Sarah didn't stop. She sent me a photo, her and Tom, laughing at some bar. The lipstick was in her hand, like a trophy. The caption read, "He's happier with me." I wanted to hate her, to hate him, but something in me snapped into focus. This wasn't just about Tom's mistake. It was about her wanting to break us, to prove she could. I wasn't going to let her win. I confronted Tom that night. No yelling, no tears, just the truth. I set the lipstick on the table, the photo beside it. "Tell me everything," I said. His face crumpled, and for the first time, I saw him break. He admitted it late nights, stolen moments, a fling he swore meant nothing. Sarah had pursued him, he said, made him feel wanted in ways I hadn't in years. "I'm so sorry, Clara," he whispered. "I don't want to lose you." I didn't forgive him right away. I couldn't, but I didn't walk away either. We started counseling, peeling back layers of resentment and neglect we'd both ignored. It was messy, painful, like digging shrapnel out of a wound. The boys noticed the tension, and we told them just enough Mom and Dad are working on being better. They deserved that much truth. Sarah didn't take it well. She called again, accusing me of being weak, of clinging to a broken man. I told her she didn't get to decide what my marriage was worth. I hung up, and that was the last time I let her voice into my life. Tom cut contact with her, transferred to another school, and we rebuilt, brick by brick. It wasn't easy. Some nights, I'd lie awake, wondering if I'd made the right choice. But every morning, Tom was there, trying, showing up, choosing us. Months later, I saw Sarah at the grocery store. She looked smaller, less glamorous, just a woman buying cereal. I felt no anger, only pity. She'd wanted to destroy something she didn't understand. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it was ours flawed, scarred, but still standing. I chose to stay, not because I was weak, but because I believed in the life we'd built, in the love that still flickered beneath the hurt. What would you do if you found that lipstick? Would you fight for your marriage or walk away? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear where you stand on the line between forgiveness and letting go.